What an appropriate song. Welcome back, everyone. I haven't seen y'all in a I haven't seen you all in a little bit. Hey. Oh, seeing that I'm late. Welcome back. It's so nice to see you. As you know, we're going to cross stage KAEYA, continue this journey. It's going to be really fun, honestly. I miss you guys so much. I'm finally in vacations. I did my works. I've done my job. I finished my journey, basically, with a lot of pain, tears, and nights, sleepless nights. So, I'm happy that I'm here today with y'all. And we're gonna continue this project that I've been enjoying very much on it. We're doing KAEYA. It's being amazing, honestly. I'm going to bring you closer a little bit. You're closer now. Hey. Okay. Still don't know very well where you should go, but you're seeing yourselves, huh? Look at you. You're seeing yourselves. We have KAEYA right here, and it's been a while. It's been a journey, but we're going to continue where we left off. As you might see, there is the image of where it is supposed to be, like on the corner, here. And it's going to be fun. Hello, Majiare. And Diego Amar and Chess Person. So we're going to pick up that image, listen to some Genshin music. If you want, you can just chill, play me in your background. If you do want to talk about something, do send messages on the chat. And we'll just chill for a little bit while we do this, enter on vacations in the chill mode. And it's going to be really, really fine. As you might know, tomorrow we are going to continue with our Genshin journey. So we're going to play Genshin Impact and we're going to Sumeru. And to Thursday we're going to play Star Rail and we're going to continue the missions there that I'm not really sure where we left off, honestly. But I do know we might have some missions, some things to do. So yeah, we'll continue that journey and we'll continue with KAEYA. Okay. I'm opening the image of KAEYA. Okay, I have my KAEYA open, so now we're all seeing the same thing. I'm not really sure what color I left off, but I think it was with the hair, or maybe I left like with the skin, and I finished, like I didn't finish the hair, I just did the skin. But I think I finished the skin the last episode. So we'll probably continue with the hair. Although it does sound like a kind of long process. So might not be as charming. But we're going to do that because we'll then get rid of like the most boring part. This music is honestly so funny and so sweet. Oh, I think this is the color. Yes, okay, this is the color. So I'm going to separate it. Thank you. I actually received this this shirt as a gift on Christmas. They like the person who gave it to me. We didn't find it in a shop here or anything. He asked online. And it was very nice of him, honestly. Because he wanted to give me a gift like my boyfriend did. That's two crows. There it's on my bedroom, like behind me. but he did it. He wanted to give me my baby, basically, but I don't know why he didn't find her. So yeah, he found this shirt, and I think the shirt is very beautiful. So I'm happy with it. I used to like and want a lot shirts and hoodies and everything that was anime like. And I didn't have them, but now I'm seeing, and like I have 5 or 6 t-shirts from games or animes, and I'm honestly very happy because they are amazing. But all of animes that I have seen, okay. I mean, if you have an anime shirt, you have to see the anime. You can't just have the shirt. So yeah, it was very nice of him, honestly. Hehe. Gonna put this here. It's like the husband of my boyfriend's sister that gave it to me. I know that I made some mistakes on the last video of this, but we're gonna try and continue doing this without really caring about the mistakes and trying to to figure it out. Okay, let's position this in a good way. Okay. I think this was basically how we were the last time. Okay. So this is here. Okay, I'm gonna start here. Oh wow, they had the Japanese misspelled? That's like, if you're gonna gift something to a Japanese person and it has Japanese, you probably shouldn't. It's like if someone gave me like a Portuguese shirt, like with something written in Portuguese because they thought it would be funny for me because I understood the language, and then it was actually Spanish. I would be so pissed if they would like, oh great, look at the picture. Look at the shirt, it's so good. What meme is that? And I'm like, this is Spanish? Lol. I would probably use it for the comfort of my home though. Like, that's basically giving the ultimate boss something like really basic. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Imagine like giving a Japanese person an anime t-shirt when they literally have all the merch they want inside their own country. And like good merch too. It's like giving the owner of a coffee shop some coffee that you found and like that you bought in the supermarket. Maybe you could say it's a joke. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the like, but you're not gonna say it is a joke if you don't know it is wrong. And like if that's not your native language, you probably won't guess it is wrong. Unless like it is your second language. Imagine if it is English. I would probably know it is wrong. But if there's someone that doesn't speak the language, it's not that easy. But yeah, there are ways that you could get out with that. honestly, cross-stitching is something that I would see myself doing. Like doing some cross-stitch projects while listening to some things or just chilling. Imagine actually creating an Etsy. Can someone do their life like this? But this will be very cool because like later you'll see the finished project and you'll be like, yo, I saw this being made. The only problem with cross-stitching is that I couldn't see anime while doing it. I had to see like podcasts or something. Because like you most of the times need your eyes. And I don't really understand Japanese. And I don't want to see like dubbed anime. So it would be a not so positive point. Put KAEYA on the wall. Huh. I mean, maybe. I was doing before something that I think is there on my bag. I was doing 02 from Darlene the Franks. I was doing her for a pillow because I once did like Goku from Dragon Ball and I made a pillow with him and I gifted my boyfriend. And I wanted to have a 02 pillow as well. So I was doing that for me, but since it was for me, like, I had time, so I actually didn't finish it. No, not a body pillow. like it was the cross stitch of her face. I think it's there. I can show you where I left it. So I've showed you last week that I did sauna. But I didn't put this on the wall or anything because I didn't really know how to do that. But here, wait. Like, it's not that it is hard, but it takes time. But it was looking very good and very perfect. But I didn't finish this. But I will once, I think. Because it's very cute. Yeah, a lot of stitches. A lot of them. Much more than this KAEYA over here. And look how long this KAEYA is taking me. And it's much bigger than the KAEYA. Well, but it's different because like there are a lot of the same color. So it's very repetitive. At some point you don't even have to pay any attention. Because like you just know you just have to do it on this exactly the same spots. So like you just have to end it. It's not really hard, honestly. It just takes time. It just takes time. But I would say it's arguably easier than this KAEYA. It's easier, but it takes much more time than this KAEYA. Yeah. No, I get that. Like, it's really shame. When I edit photos, when you do any work, you can actually like just listen to videos or listen to anything while you do it. But when you have to pay attention to the audio on you, or you have to really concentrate, you can't really do that. Unless it's like music. If it is music, well, maybe. But the thing is, when you're dealing with audio like that, no. Maybe when you just need to concentrate, music, it's fine, depending on the music. But otherwise, no. I would be that awesome grandmother doing these things of the favorite anime characters for my grandkids. I don't even have kids yet, but I'm already thinking of my grandkids, lol. Bro, but tomorrow we're going to Sumeru. It's so exciting that like the Archon quest is actually there. But I'm kind of scared that like the story quest that I have unlocked will mess up, and I have to do the story quests first before going and continue the Archon quest. My granny made me a waifu body pillow. Bro, yes, honestly. My brother and his friends, they gifted one of their friends with a body pillow of a basically almost naked anime character. With actually holes. And he showed it to his parents. And he has no girlfriend, but he has a body pillow of his waifu. With holes. Drawn out? In like, which sense? I feel like this cross-stitch thing would be, and this angle would be kind of a vibe for those Twitch e-girl streamers that are always showing their boobs. Cause like, this is quite an angle. I literally wear black because for the lights like to not reflect and to not sound really sus on this angle in specific. There are people that just go full on. Showing Kokomi bobs, yes. Lol. Oh, they feel long, some parts. Well, I do hope that like I get updated in both of the games, both Star Rail and Genshin, with the summer vacation. Although it's very weird because it is a summer vacation, and in theory you would be in vacation in house. But I'm actually going to go out. Sometimes it's crazy. I never go out. I think that actually, like, I'm totally a houseworm, I would say. Like, if you're not basically picking me up and taking me out of my own house, I'm probably not going to leave. So like, I stay at home a lot of times. And I think that when I started dating, I started to go out more. Because like, well, having other responsibilities in life makes you having to go out. But I would stay 24/7 in my house all the time. I mean, COVID was like a dream. Although like the sickness part isn't as good. Although I do think it was all a government thing to manipulate the population. But anyways. We won't talk about conspiracy truths. A partner makes you go out. Yeah. I mean, which is good and fine and all. But like, sometimes I think it's hard for him sometimes. Sorry for the mic. 'Cause like, there are a lot of times that he's like, oh, let's go out, let's do this, let's do that, let's like do something different. And I just want to stay at home. So I mean, and when I do go out, I just think about how much I want to go home. Which is great, means I have a wonderful house. If I didn't like my house, if I didn't feel comfortable in my own house, I wouldn't want to stay home, right? Or maybe I'm just kind of depressed. Hey, but I always spent my summer vacations playing 24/7 with my online friends. And I have no idea why that changed. I guess I just stopped having some friends. No, I think it was because I started dating. Like, not with this one, but like when I started dating in 2017 with my brother's best friend, I think it was the time that people started realizing, oh, she has other things in her life. So they started searching for their own other things. And suddenly when I came back, because of course we broke up, they were almost gone. You're too busy with work. Friends moved away. Oh, that sucks. Like, being more busy with work, it's fine, but if your friends are moving away, that sucks. Oh, she can go out. Who knew? Exactly. What do you mean she's not on our Minecraft server from 8 a.m. until like 1 a.m.? While eating, while playing. What do you mean she's not in plots? She's not playing Skyblock? What do you mean? No, but 2017 was actually the time that I started playing League of Legends. So maybe that explains why I stopped having friends. I mean, hey, I'm not really a flamer. But my friends were. Some. Oh, I still wonder if one of my friends is still dating. She was dating like a Thailandese guy that was younger than her. And like they were online dating and they were planning to see each other, but they didn't really have money. But they would talk and play all the time. I saw her online yesterday, and it's so weird because we were both playing TFT, but we weren't playing together. And like she's still on my favorite, like on League of Legends you can do categories, and I have one category that appears first that is like the favorites. I still have her on my favorites. But she didn't even invite me for her game. I didn't invite her either, but she started searching for the cube before. And she went into a game. She moved away with life. What do you mean? Damn. Abby story times. Do ask me something if you want to know. I would be very excited to tell you guys stuff. No, not a single RAM. But what happened? Is your brother older? He's like, yikes, toxic. Yeah. Honestly, understandable. There are some people that I like very much. Very, very much. But I can't stand playing with them when they're in a normal day. If they're in a very good day, of course, it's okay. But when they are in a bad day, bro, I don't even want to see them in front of me. Because they will complain about everything and everyone, and it's always everyone else's fault for everything that happens. Never theirs. They always play like they own the game. And then guess what? He probably just plays very bad or very selfishly. And we lose the game, and his toxicity didn't contribute for anything. Wow. Still thinks he's the king. We can be friends. Good friends with their friends again. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I want to. Because, you know, I was always the one going after them and doing actual efforts to go and meet them. We were like online friends. We lived a little bit far away, but not too much. And I'll always like send real life posts, real life mails. I would send it to her address with gifts and everything, like very, very cute and sweet. I would send her presents. I would give her skins. I would like almost simp, although it wasn't a simp. It was just because I wanted us to match skins and everything. And I always did that effort to meet her, and I honestly think she wouldn't do the same. Like, we stopped talking, we did, but like there was no effort whatsoever from the other side to try and make this work. So I mean, honestly, is it worth it to go after the person again? Maybe not. It was very good when I was young and didn't have nothing more to do. People are complicated. At least guys are simpler. That's why I prefer guys. So like, if you have a friend that is male, it's totally different. I don't want like to be gender phobic or whatever, but it's just reality. Girls are more concerned about things that guys don't even dream about. And don't care, honestly. They're a lot more chill. They just want to play and have fun. And if a guy meets a girl that plays the games they play, and it's not like completely garbage, they are actually very cool, and they are always very impressed, and they will always do a lot of jokes to try and make the girl feel better, or try and be funny for their own humor, or do some dirty jokes and all that. And it's always very funny. Guys are just funnier. It's simpler than that. So I mean, I would prefer tons of times more my guy online friends. I almost moved to another country to go and live near my online male friends. And like, even my mom went to a point that she let me do it. She said, well, if that's actually what you want to do, then sure. I didn't go there because my aunt said it was illegal. And she gave me valid arguments that I didn't even know if they were true or not, but she said them as if they were the truest things in the world, and that's exactly why I didn't move. Like, I actively tried to move so I could be with my online friends. Makes me wonder. Life could be a lot different if she have let me go. She's a cool dude. Can't even lane before trolling. Some people are just like that. I've got friends that I only contact and not get contacted by them. Yeah. It sucks. It honestly sucks. Like, when you care so much for someone and that someone acts like it isn't a big deal, you know? You actively do tons of effort for the person and the person just acts like it isn't a big deal. And doesn't even understand why things stop happening then. I just wanted a friend at the time. Where am I on the pattern though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? 9? Okay, let's see. I mean, but I had tons of fun time playing Minecraft and League of Legends and The Sims even. I would play The Sims, although it is a single player, we would play together The Sims and tell each other the stories and everything. It would be so fun. Times change. That sometimes suck. When you start worrying about university and your future and everything. Sucks. Well, it doesn't always have to suck. I'm actually very, I don't know, happy right now, I guess. Although I don't sound, my voice doesn't sound happy at all. But it's just because I'm thinking about things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. But like, things change and it's not necessarily for the worse. But I do miss other things so much. I think this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Now what? Yeah, I could do this. I could cheat like I cheated the other times. Haha. Well, one of them actually fucked me up, but it's totally fine. Woo! I mean, if you have people in your life that when your life gets occupied, they are still with you, well, then that's actually good. When you're with a person and you know that no matter how long you haven't spoken with that person, you still care for each other a lot, and you would still tell everything to that person. Cheating shortcuts with risks? Yes. That's exactly the definition of the word. did work, although last time I lost tons of times trying to correct my mistakes, but I mean, all the other times it worked. This is 2? Yeah. Like, what are other things in life that you used to do before that, like, now you don't because you've grown up? Not because you want to stop doing them, but life just happens. This is 6. When life gets hard, you can tell who's your friend, definitely. That's what I say. Like, this is a relationship advice. If you're looking for someone, like for your soulmate or whatever that you want to call it, if you're looking for someone, you should always, like, see who the person actually is before even getting feelings for that person. Like, if you do get feelings for that person, you should not let it influence the way that you look at the person. Otherwise, you're gonna get very screwed. But, like, people are really different. People say they are one thing, but you can't be for sure that they are that unless you actually see it happening. And you have to know what a person is in their extreme times, or in some things that are not necessarily related to you, to understand who they actually are. Cause imagine, like, should I go back on this? The 6. It was 6, right? Right. Okay. Cause, like, imagine, if you're meeting with someone, and that someone, it's very nice to you, it's very sweet, it's very kind, but then you go to a restaurant and that person starts treating the waiters like totally crap, treating them like they're there to serve you and they deserve no respect because they're paid for it, and they, like, just make their day just miserable. You know that that person is not the best you should be with at the moment. Truly. If that person's reacting to like that to someone she thinks it's inferior because it's serving her, that's not the person for you. Like, if she doesn't respect that person, the probability of that of the person not respecting you, it's like so high that it's not worth the risk. Should always be very careful for who you choose to be with. Cinco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 6. So you have to be very careful. Used to be told what to do and what to think and just blindly followed it without questioning. Now I question everything. You're open to try new things. It's very dangerous when you're told what to think and what to do. You should be taught, like, they shouldn't not let you think. They shouldn't not make you blindly fall follow anything. They should explain to you why some things are important and some things deserve attention. Because you should understand why are you doing what you're doing. If you're not critically thinking the things, then you're doing it wrong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Because, like, you have to think for yourself. If someone actually puts you on the spot and asks you, why do you follow what you follow? Why are you doing what you're doing? You won't even know the answer. Because you've just been doing that your whole life without even actually knowing why. And it's very dangerous. How, even if you do believe what you're following, how will you ever explain to someone what it is that you even follow if you don't even know? You're just following it. It's very hard. You have always to think by yourself. It doesn't mean that everything people tell you, when they tell you to blindly follow something, that it's bad. Sometimes it's not actually bad. The principles by themselves are not bad. But like, you should know why are you doing what you're doing. And you should believe what you're doing. If you don't, why are you doing it in the first place? Because you're the one that's going to live your own life. If you're just following someone else's orders or someone else's things, and that person even, like, it's just telling you why, but doesn't even explain to you the things. It's kind of bad. You should always... I mean, there are some times that you're going to do things and you're not really going to know why you're doing them. But those are very specific cases of trust. But in the fundamental basics of life, you should know exactly what you're doing and why. It's easy to people to control and take advantage of you if you blindly follow, even your own family. Exactly. The world is not pink. It has pink on it, but it's not pink. And like, you can't just believe everything you hear or do everything you're ordered to. You should critically think things. And maybe like, even if you... Maybe you do understand, like, even if you think, you will understand why you're doing what you're doing. And you'll continue. You'll probably do exactly the same thing. But it's much better to understand why you're doing what you're doing than just blindly do it. And well, I don't know, they told me to. It's like that meme, there's no time to explain, get in the car. Exactly. That's like the only times that it's valid to just do something that you're not really sure why. That if there is an order, like, there's no time to explain, just do it. But like, if you're just living your life, doing some things, you should probably know what you're living for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that meme was exactly what I was thinking of. That meme was exactly the exceptions that I was thinking of. Because there are exceptions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? 10? 10, exactly 10. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need more too. But like, 99% of your time, especially in, like, maybe not 99, but most percent of your time, you won't be in danger in a point that, like, there's no time to explain, just do it. You mostly aren't going to do it. Of course, there are things that, like, you have to do it, you have just to trust the process, or just do it, you know? But like, if it is something that you're living for, you should understand it. And you should justify it. Even if, like, if you're doing something that you believe it can, that it is the way, you should know what you're talking about. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Yeah, this passes this one. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Uh, 1, 2, 3. It's very difficult. Especially like when you have young kids. It's normal that young kids don't understand what they're doing. Especially when they're very young. It's like, if you know something is good, it's normal that you're going to teach your kid that something's good. But like, you have to be very wise on how to tell your kid and how to show them that something is good without ruining the thing and like and like make it mandatory to do or to think or to follow something. It's very hard. It's very hard. And honestly, I think most of the times that's a lot of the times the problem with some religion in general. I really don't think most of them, I really don't think they are bad by itself. But because people are so passionate, and because they truly believe what they are doing, it's very hard, depending on your way of looking at things, it's very hard to not like just make your kids do the thing because it is the right thing, you might imagine, and like not really having the time to explain them why they should do what they should do. It's not that it is bad. Most of them actually have very good morals and very good lessons and everything. But the thing is, if you're just going to make your kids go and not explain to them why it's good, okay, there is like an age that they can't really know and they can't really decide by themselves. That's why they're kids and that's why they have parents. But there are some things that you can explain to your kids. Like, if you don't have the time to actually explain to them, or even to live what the life that you're standing for, it's very hard for the own kid to grow up and see things and hear things and do things and not understand why, and just feel stuck and feel like they're actually losing a lot of opportunities in their lives because of that. And honestly, maybe they aren't. That's the thing. Honestly, maybe they aren't. But of course they think they are if they don't understand why, the reason of things. It's very hard. It's very hard to manage everything. think that's why they start to resent their parents, even if that made them a great person. Yes. I will tell you. If you don't know, I'm not a great example on myself. But I do believe in Jesus and in the Bible and everything like that. And the thing is, like, my brother has a very different opinion than I did, because he saw a lot of things that I didn't. You know? Well, my parents aren't perfect, but my parents are very loving. And they care a lot about me and my brother. And they did everything they could. And they still do everything they can. My parents are amazing. I thank them a lot. But I do think that one more than another has failed in some very important levels. And that's influenced a lot the decision of my brother not being involved with the church and not believing in God at this moment. Well, he believes there is a superior power and you could call it God, but he doesn't want anything to do with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like, honestly, I do believe it because like God has always been very sweet to me and very kind, and he has always protected me from a lot of things. And even the times that I fell and the times that I messed up, he was still there for me with open arms, wanting to love me and accept me as who I am. And like, he has always cared a lot for me. But I mean, not everyone has that experience. And that has to be thought. If people are doing things and they're not understanding why they are doing them, they will stop doing them if they start thinking by themselves. So a lot of people, instead of like teaching them, they just make people not think, because once it's easier, and second, if they do a question that you don't know how to answer, you feel like your whole identity is going to crumble to the floor. So it's easier to just say, oh, just believe it, instead of actually seeing why it is what it is. It's very difficult. And it's a very difficult and sensitive topic because people are always so passionate about the things they love, of course. So it's very hard to talk about these things and not get into an argument most of the times. Hate to bring it up because I know you're involved with church, but my parents are super religious and always use religion to control. Yes. No, I do get it. First of all, I do think there are a lot of things bad with the church, but that's because the church is made of people and people itself are bad. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult for, like, if you're calling yourself a representative of God in earth and you're doing a bad job, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing a bad job, but if you are, the first thing people will meet, if you're presenting God, if you're representing God, and people don't know God, they're going to look at you and see God. And if they look at you and see like a very bad person, or with their mind wrong, their heart wrong, they see a controlling person, a toxic person, they look at you and they see that, what are they going to think? Oh, that person says it has it figured. But I mean, they're saying they represent and they believe in God, but look at the way they are living. Look at what they are saying. Look at what they are doing. If this is God, then I don't want it. That's the bad part. God is absolutely wonderful. Jesus is absolutely wonderful. It's the best thing that anyone can ever experience. But it's very bad that a lot of the representatives of who Jesus is supposed to be, if they're calling themselves that and they're not even trying, bro, no wonders the world is like this. Honestly, the world is even more, like all the time, even more going away from religion and all of these things. And honestly, this is a time they need it the most. This is a time they need God the most. People are losing hope in life, in humanity, in everything. They're just quitting. I'm working all my life for what? I'm paying a house. I'm trying to pay and buy a house for what? I'm not ever going to get the money to buy it. I'm working a lot, my ass off to get money for what? I'm not going to have enough to actually enjoy. I won't have time. I won't have anything. People are losing hope. And since parents now, both the parents, even like the mother and the father, they're both working to trying to get nice things to their kids, they actually start not spending time with their own kids. And kids are starting to be educated not only by schools but by phones and by the internet, and that's very dangerous for kids. That's very dangerous. The parents were made to teach the kids. The parents are there to teach the kids, but if the parents are working there all day, they get home, they don't have like any head to deal with kids because kids need attention. They won't have enough energy to give that to them. So they're just not going to. You're crying? What? You want to see TV? You want to see a YouTube video? Just watch it. Leave me alone. I want to sleep. And a lot of kids are basically inside a house. Not that the parents say don't love them. The parents love the kids very much. That's why they're working their ass off in the first place. But kids are learning alone. Kids are living basically alone. And this is like showing on the mental health of the children, I think. Of course, this is all my opinion in the way that I look in life, but I think it's very, very bad that both parents are working at the moment. I do think like everyone should focus in their career if they want to, but I do think everyone should focus on their family if they want to either. It should be an option. It should be an option. Like, woman working, bro, that's totally okay. That's totally up to a woman being able to search what they want to do in life, work, being capable, getting their own money, pay their own things. That's amazing, especially because before, if the man was the only one working and the woman actually like was in a abusive relationship, she had no way out. And like now, if you work, you can be independent. You don't need like a man, you would say, to pay for your stuff. So like, if you're with a guy and he's being abusive, you can just leave and do your life. And if you couldn't work as before, you couldn't, like, you would be stuck in that. And that's not good at all. But then you have another problem, because now it's not even a choice. Well, maybe in a lot of countries it is. I do see a lot of Americans and all that they can actually homeschool their kids, or they can like be stay-at-home moms or be stay-at-home dads. That's amazing. But like here in Portugal, at least, both of them have to work. You don't have an option to just be at home and be only one of the parents working. Both have to work. There is no option. You don't have time. You want kids, of course you want kids, but you don't have time for them. And it's very bad because kids need attention, and kids need love, and kids need their parents more than they need anything. They need their parents. And if the parents can't be there, then something's very, very wrong. And now we're entering an age of degenerates, basically. And it's the parents' fault. And it's everyone's fault, honestly. It's not the kids. The kids just learn what they are, what there is to learn. Kids are very influential. Like, you can teach anything to a kid. But if you're letting everyone educate your kid without being yourself, like, you're supposed to pass the experience and the mistakes you learned in your life to your kid for them to evolve and not do the same bullshit. But if you're not even teaching your kids, who is? YouTube is entertainment. You have some tutorial videos, you have some education videos, but YouTube is entertainment. YouTube is not the place where your kid's going to learn the actually important things in life. And school certainly isn't as well. You learn a lot of subjects that are actually important for you to know, and for the common knowledge of the world. Like, school isn't going to teach you how to love. The parents should, especially with their own example. Life is messed up. The world is even more messed up, and I fear for my kids. Because one of the things I most want in my life is to have my children, and I fear for them. I only want to have a job that can, that I can earn enough to survive and to live, but actually have time for my kids. But I want the dad to be present as well and not overwork his ass off to actually be able to have this lifestyle. It's very hard. Very, very hard. My scissors. We are people. Yeah, we tend to not be the best. We do tons of mistakes. It's only natural, but it's very dangerous when you are ordering people around, but you're not being an example yourself. It's very dangerous. Fortunately, the world is messing. I don't know if it'll ever get better. Yes. That's the thing, might not get better. Honestly, I do think it's going to be only worse. Not being pessimistic, only being realistic. Like, okay, we can say everything we want about how bad church was, and how bad religion is, and how bad it's influenced people. But at least at the time, I don't know, it seemed like people had something to live for. Like, even if you don't believe it, and even if you think, like, it is everything fake, people would live for that. That would give a lot of people some reason to live, and some reason to make it worth it. And, I mean, I don't think science is a substitute to religion. I do think they complement each other very well. But, although that's not what some people want you to think. But the thing is, when it's normal that people knowing more about other countries and everything, they start wondering more and thinking more and reflecting more. And if you until now haven't actually justified why your faith is what it is and why it is true or why should you believe it, it's only natural that people are going to go away. And like, it's not that it is wrong, it's just that no one actually explained what was right in the first place. They just said that, but you would ask why. But why that? They would be like, I don't know, just do it. Why are you asking? Doing questions? Huh? What do you mean? You're not supposed to do that. So where is this? I should find myself here in the pattern. Haha, fuck. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Ah, okay, this is this. Okay. So this has one behind. Yes. This too. Below. Okay, I'm just going to start here then. I'll figure it out later when time comes. Hello! Welcome, Danielle. How are you? I used to want kids, but now I feel like I haven't discovered myself yet. So I'd rather have the freedom to be more free discovering and live by myself. Maybe still have kids in the future. That is something that I was actually today talking with one of my friends that she came over. And like, we were talking about that because she was telling me that 30 years old looks old to start having kids. This is a controversial opinion, okay? Everyone, like, you decide when you're going to have your kids, okay? But the thing is, I think I've heard this. I'm not really sure where, but I do believe it has some kind of sense. That when you're 30 years old, 35 actually, your uterus is considered old. And like, if you have in consideration that, well, you start having your periods and everything when you're like 14 or 12 or some people even 9. 35 years old being old, I mean, you can see what that's coming. I understand, however, that life has delayed a lot. People live much longer. Life itself starts much later. Because, I mean, before, you would have things like what my mother used to say, that she started working when she was 14 years old. And it was my mother, it wasn't that long ago. But then, like, it started to be mandatory to do school until you were 18. And now, if you don't do university, you're nothing in life. So, I mean, you have to study all that time of your life. But, like, if you start thinking, she was 14 and she would already be working and already receive money. And then, like, it's only natural that life would start earlier. Actually, that life would start at the time that life always used to start. But now it starts later and later and later. And it's very difficult now. Because, like, it's very difficult. You want to give some stable life to your kids. You want to have kids when you find yourself and all those things. But at the same time, like, how are you going to give that to your kids if life starts later and later and your body doesn't get later and later good? Like, it doesn't conserve itself like that. It doesn't work like that. It's like if at 30 years old or something, you're already considered old, like your uterus, 35. I mean, and there are tons of families actually starting. You'll get your first job at 50, almost. I mean, you'll work till you die, basically, already. Because you'll only receive, like, that pension that you get, like that unemployed reformer or whatever. Very, very, very late. It's later and later each year. It's like, maybe when it's our time, we won't even get it at all. That's the thing. And, like, it's going to be later every single time. And, like, there are people having their kids at their 40s, which I mean, that's, to be fair, that's the time that you actually have somewhat money, somewhat a stable life, somewhat a stable relationship. You already had some wonderful times with your husband or wife or whatever you want to call it. It's fine. You like your partner, doesn't matter. Like, it's only normal that that's actually an appropriate life at the current lifestyle that we're living to have kids. But if you think about that, your kid's going to be 10 years old and you're going to be 50. Your kid's going to be 18 and you're going to be 58. Your kid's going to be 20 years old and you're going to be 60. You could literally be their grandparents. And you're not, because like your grandparents are even older. Imagine you going to pick your kid at school and the teacher's asking, "Yo, is that your grandmother right there?" No, it's my mom. My mom passed through that. And like my mom chose to be a mother very young, especially because she went through that. Because like the oldest sister of my mother is 20 years older. Is 20 years older than my mom. So like my mom was 20 and her older sister was 40 already. So you can imagine how old my grandmother already was. You know? So imagine, my mom has, she's 1 in 7 basically. Like, you can already imagine. And then she used to go to her friends' houses and everything, and she would see like her moms that like got pregnant at 18 or 16 because some whoops accident. And like their moms would be so young and would want to play, would want to interact with their child, would want to be friends with their friends, all of that. And then she had a mother that was like very old and was very, I don't know, kind of annoying in a sense. That wouldn't have no interest in all at the things that she would do, the things she would like. She just didn't care. She had other like 6 children other than my mom. And she didn't care for none of them actually. Like she had the first one, she thought the first one, and then the first one has to like educate all the others because she's too tired for that. My grandmother didn't even want children to begin with. She had 7 of them. Life before was wild. But the thing is, like, she decided to be a young mother because she was like, I want my kids, I want to relate to my kids, I want to understand what they like, understand what they do, be present in their lives as someone they could trust and they could relate. That was a decision that my mother made. And that's actually something that I want to do as well. But as you see, not a lot of people can actually do that. Because maybe it's just a mentality and it's not actually facts. But although we might think that they are facts. But the thing is, it's very... Like, how are you going to manage to have kids earlier? You're 21 years old and you're finishing the first degree of university. You still have to pay the loans or like to get a job or anything. At 21? Like, how are you going to have a kid earlier than 30? I mean, I want to have kids at 24 and 28. My mom had their kids at 24 and 28. But like, my mother got married at 24 basically. And like, she instantly had kids because she was like, okay, I'm married, so now I want to have kids. And my father was like, I'm too young to be a father. And she's like, I don't care. I want to have kids. Like, you do you, I don't care, but I'm going to have kids. And like, the first one's planned, the second wasn't. Well, wasn't necessarily planned because my dad didn't want kids so early. But it was kind of expected by my mother. I wasn't on the other side. But like, thing is, although they didn't have that much possibilities, it is a fact that they were working since they were 14, you know? Of course, they have expenses that they have to pay even at 14 because, like, my grandmother was like, if you're working, then you have to give me money because you're working. So, I mean, it wasn't everything for them, sure. But, like, they had money to pay their marriage. They had money to, like, try and buy the house. And at the time, the government was actually kind of, I don't know, helpful towards people. So it would help a lot, like, in the beginning of life, trying to, they would co-participate on the buyings, like, with 100% of the money, and then you would have just, like, to pay it for the rest of your life. But you would be able to pay it. But now, you need, like, 20% of the total money to be able to do those kind of things. Sometimes you even need 50. If a house costs 150, like, thousand, how are you going to get that money? 150,000? Like, you need 75,000 to do that investment like that. How are you going to find the money? You're not. You're not. There's no way. You can't buy a house now. The government doesn't help. I mean, it depends on the country, sure, certainly, but, like, here, you can't. It's like, how are you going to do? Like, it's true that before, maybe things were just different. Because before, people would marry, but they would still be at their parents' house, and they would help more with the parents, and, like, the families would have a little garden that they would plant things and eat what they planted. Well, not only, but also, and it would help with the expenses, and, like, the kids would actually help with the family to have some kind of money and help with the house. And now it's not that. Now you want your own privacy. Now you want to have your own house. You want to leave your parents and, like, be alone with your hubby, which is totally valid and normal. But how are you going to do that? Well, only if you're older, only if you have a high-paying job, only if you have other possibilities. How do you get them? Working your ass off. How are you going to work your ass off? You, your partner, if you actually find one early, because you might not. How are you going to have kids in the middle of all that? You're not. And that's what we were actually talking about. Like, she says, well, how do I see myself in 10 years? Well, she's 20, so, like, she would be 30 years old. And she's like, well, I don't see myself with any kids in 10 years. But in 10 years, I'll be 30. And critically speaking, 30 is, like, kind of old to start having your first child. Like, if you can, and if that works, totally fine. Actually, compared to 40 is not bad at all. Like, for a woman especially, it's biologically, it's kind of not in the right age, you would expect. I do think that's one of the reasons, like, partners, like, couples, when they get to their 30s and everything, they start trying to have a kid, and they have some of them, not all, of course, but it's still not the exception either. They have a lot of difficulties and a lot of months trying to have their first child, and it's logically more probable, like, teen pregnancies, for example. Not only are they not very careful on their doings, but also, like, how come they get so many teens get pregnant so fast, and there are couples trying for years, even taking hormones to make it easier and all that, and there are some teenagers actually taking hormones to make it harder, and they get kids. Well, biologically speaking, I do think that makes sense, right? They're younger. The body is more prepared for that. But, like, if you don't have that stability financially, what are you going to do? It's very hard. You have to work your ass off to have kids. But your kids need your time and your attention as well. And honestly, the older you get, the less patience you have to deal with bullshit. It's like, do you really want to wait that long to have kids? Because you're going to, like, it's totally valid to want to explore yourself, explore and discover who you are and look for yourself. Yes, but that doesn't mean that is something that has to stop when you have kids. You can figure it out while having kids. You can explore with them, life with them. Maybe they'll even help you out to figure out who you are. Of course, you shouldn't live for your kids. You shouldn't live for your kids, definitely. But, like, I mean, doesn't mean life will end when you get kids. Life will definitely change, and change a lot. But it's not necessarily for the worse. Especially with someone by yourself, by your side that loves you and is excited with you. But there are a lot of people that don't have that opportunity, though. I don't have kids at 40s. Well, it is weird and harder. It depends on the person. Yeah. That's exactly right. Some people aren't ready before their 40s. Well, yes. But at the same time, I don't know. Is it the best for the kids either? Like, maybe best... I mean, you would think that maybe more financial stability and all that is better for the children. But is it really? I mean, I'm seeing couples having children more late in life. And the kids are getting, like, so many of them are so messed up in their head. Like, I start wondering if it's actually worth it. Maybe if you have them when you're younger and bolder and don't know that much in life and don't have that much money, depending on how you raise them. Like, since you don't have that much possibility, you can't give them anything they want, so they start valuing more the things they actually do have. I don't know, maybe it's just different. Not saying it is necessarily bad or anything. Like, it's definitely different. But I do know people that have kids younger without money and all that, and the kids are totally messed up things in their head either. So I mean, it's not actually the solution for the problem. That's the thing. What is a solution to the problem? Not have kids at all? No, we're going to extinguish the species. I do think we all should die, but I mean, that way? There was like 16 brothers and sisters? That's wild, bro. Think about Christmas. Think about how much gifts would you get from your aunts because of Christmas, bro. That's like the only reason why I would want to have more than 2 kids. It's because when you have tons of aunts that you actually enjoy, not all of them you'll enjoy, of course, but in the middle of 16, you might enjoy one or another. If you only have 1 aunt, you don't really have that much option. And like, when you get presents, you get tons of them, although they might not be good at all. Like, they could all be bullshit, but I mean, will be many, and it's always good to open presents on Christmas. I mean, I always loved it. Although I wouldn't receive for the like from everyone, of course, as you might imagine. Although my mom has 6 other sisters, I would only receive for 3 of them or something like that, because the other 3 were like more far away. We're like the 3 oldest, and I don't really consider them my aunts or my uncles. For that and for other reasons, of course, but I mean, when I was a kid, I was innocent and I didn't know most of the things that I do know now. Uh, 3. and then companies asking for 10 years of experience. Exactly. How the fuck are you going to get 10 years of experience in something to get like a somewhat good job if like you just left university? How are you going to have 10 years experience? Like, they want you to have experience. Sure, it's valid, but where are you going to get it if all of them are asking for that experience? Like, I do understand that maybe you don't want to employ some freshmen, like people from university, because like they're young, they're wild, they probably don't know what they're doing, and it's easier to get some things messed up, and experience is really important. Like, how do you want experienced people if you don't let them have experience? Wouldn't you, like, think as a company right now, wouldn't you want to have, like, people coming out now from university full of hopes and dreams and expectations, but at the same time they're being like, oh, I just came out of university, so it's like normal if I receive less at the moment because I don't have that much experience? Like, wouldn't it be better to have someone like freshly graduate that maybe doesn't know a lot, but you can teach them the way you actually want, and teach them with the things you actually want, so they can be molded and educated the way you want to design them to, so they can like basically be the machines you want. And starting early and starting good, so when they come to your, like when they grow up and get experience, they're like machines on doing exactly what you intend them to do. Isn't that like actually good business? I don't know, I feel like it is. Who wouldn't want to have people doing exactly what you want them to do? I mean, they're young, they're going to do tons of mistakes, it's only natural and normal. But like, you can educate them exactly like you want, and they won't know anything better. And honestly, you can even explore them and not pay them what they should be paid because they're still so young. Of course, they maybe like eventually feel bad and feel like they're missing out and they could receive more and they could change company, or like you could actually give more money to them as they get better on the career. But at the same time, wouldn't you want to have the exact machines you need in your company? Well, maybe people from other ideas and other sides will know better. Like, you won't have that work to educate them if they already come educated. But you have no idea where everyone comes from. Maybe you want another opinion in your company, maybe you want a fresh mind, but most of the times you just want someone to do the job. You don't want to hear what they have to say. You just want someone to do it. So I mean, why wouldn't you want someone that doesn't know any better than life to do it? I don't get it. I think lots of people aren't good parents when they are younger. Yeah, I can see that. Get older, you can be more mature, more responsible. Yes. Yes, exactly. Like, it's natural that when you get older, you also get wiser and more experienced and you can help better your kids. But at the same time, it depends on how old. You know? Maybe 40 could be a limit. But like, having your kids at 45? Having your kids at 50? Are you sure? You're going to be 70 years old when they are 20. They're going to graduate from their university if they're lucky and not stupid. Like, at 21, you're going to be 71 years old if you have them at your 50. And like, we're not doing for less. We're going to get there. Like, I mean, total respect for the parents by themselves, but I'm not saying that's bad, but look at the children. You're 21 years old and you already have to pay for your parents to be in like those elderly houses where they have to be taken care of by other people because they have tons of medications they have to take and they start to forgetting things and everything. It's very hard. You don't even have money to do that. Kids when they're young aren't as responsible or mature. Yes, people in general when they're young. Most of them. Not all, but most of them. You're right. It's like it's only natural that you want to have a kid when you feel more secure about yourself and more secure about life. But I mean, at what cost? Gotta go on Arctic care. Have a... Thank you. I'll talk to you later, Maji. See you, take care, guys. Oh, he's so cute. There's kind of biological limit. Lots of people can have kids past 40. Exactly. Because, like, I don't know what age, really, but you start at some age instead of, like, giving, having one egg leaving you or getting ready to the reproduction process. Like, instead of it being one each time, it starts, like, being 2 or 3. Like, it starts getting crazy. They start just getting out eggs faster, like, as you get older, from what I know. So when you get older is most probable, like, it's more possible that you actually get twins, like triplets, exactly because of that. Your body starts actually getting more eggs out as you get older. It's like, get the job done. Like, you're almost hitting the limit, just get over with it, basically. So, like, it gets harder, but when you actually can do it, it's very probable that you actually have twins and triplets. And I'm not even counting genetics on this one. But yeah, sure. Like, I can totally see why people want kids when they're older. But, like, your body can't handle that much. I mean, guys can have kids whatever they want. They don't have actually to worry about that. But, like, women don't really have that biological thing. I wouldn't call it privilege, but that biological function, I would say. It works differently. Just different, but some would call it advantage, some may not, because, like, if you get your menopause earlier, like, there are some people that say that it's even more wild, your actual active sex life with your partner when you get to your menopause, because you don't have to worry about having kids, because you're not gonna have them anymore. You can't. It's like, and you don't even have, like, to take on hormones or whatever, because, like, it's done. And, like, okay, fair. Some of people say, like, they get kind of dry when they get their menopause, but there are lots that don't. So, I mean, things just get wild. And, like, I mean, in your menopause, you're older, you actually have money, so you can, like, get into adventures with your partners. You may not have energy, but I mean, do one, rest up, do another, just do it. Be wild, have fun. And with no worries about kids. So, I mean, I wouldn't call it a disadvantage. I wouldn't call being able to have kids all the time like a privilege. It's not, honestly. But the thing is, it depends on how you use it or how you look at it. Have you watched the 3.8 stream? No! No, I haven't. But I haven't seen it properly because I didn't even want to look at it. But I've seen that we're going to have Kokomi finally. Finally. Like, I can't believe I missed the stream that they announced Kokomi. That's so frustrating. And they got another outfit for KAEYA and for Klee. Bro, I haven't seen the outfit properly because, like, I didn't want to get that much spoiler if we actually watch the stream. And honestly, we might watch the stream tomorrow, honestly. But the thing is, bro, it's so frustrating. I want to watch it so bad. I should watch it. Well, I really couldn't that day. But the thing is, still, they announced so many good things, and I do think there are more Fontaine news, I guess. I haven't seen them, but I might expect they are. And I'm so excited to know. And I haven't watched it! Because, I mean, I wanted to watch it with you guys, but I haven't really got the opportunity, so I'm just waiting for something to happen. Not really sure what, but I'm just waiting. Let's all have 7 Catherines. Let's go. Woo! Do you think you'll watch it? Stay blind. That's a bad stream. No, I have to watch it. I can't stay blind. That sounds like a really good stream. I have to watch. But the thing is, well, it's only interesting to watch it like with you guys when we're going to have the Genshin Impact gameplay. So, you know, maybe tomorrow we're going to watch it. Because like watch it for like the moment of, I don't know, people usually search for the reactions and things like the day or the day after. After that, like, it's not even worth it to do a video reacting to it. I mean, that's what I think, at least. So I mean, having a proper video just of that reaction, I don't think it's actually worth it. But I do want to react it very bad. So I mean, we're probably gonna do it tomorrow. And I'm so excited. I want to know what I'm going to get into. But actually, we're going to Tomato tomorrow. So I mean, gotta rethink my actions. But yeah, it feels like a very bad stream to miss. I don't want to miss it. Okay. Okay, at what part of the hair am I at the moment? Kinda lost. Okay, I'm here. But where is here? Ah. So where should I be? Anywhere, honestly. But I could be here? No. Where is this? Oh yes, I could be here. I could be here! Okay, I have to be here. Let's do it. Woo! Yo, honestly, I love the streams. I was actually thinking of today doing this cross stitch, but I was wondering if you guys would actually want to see it. Lol. But it's always nice to talk to you guys about random things in life, because like, I do think, well, humanity got so far by sharing experiences and sharing knowledge. And I mean, I do think we always win by doing that. And honestly, one of the streamers that I like the most, I don't see the streams though, I see the clips, but one of the streamers that I like the most is Asmongold, for sure. Like, that guy is literally gold as his name. And I feel like this was a very cringe sentence to say, but I do think he is so good. And usually, not always, but most of the times I actually agree with what he says. And I'm literally in love having weird dreams with his outro of the clips, because that outro with that music and that video of him just dancing a little bit around side to side, that's just honestly very exciting. Yeah, but like I really like to see his videos, so I'm always actually doing that. And he just sees videos and reacts a lot of times. That's not all like everything that he does, of course, but like he does that a lot. And I do feel that when I'm cross stitching, I'm talking to you guys, and I have that kind of vibes that I'm doing that, and I like it. If you like Asmongold, someone should watch Josh Strive Hype. Let me save the name. Ah! Okay, I just saved his name. But what does he do though? Does he do basically the same thing? The same type of videos? For same as Asmongold, playing MMO while talking about topics, while the streams at least. Oh, that's very cool. I do find it even funnier that like I've searched this the other day, don't ask why or how, but like please try to understand when I'm saying this. But Amaranth, she has like on her OnlyFans page saying that if you're Asmongold, message her and she'll give you things for free. And I find that hilarious. It's just so funny that she has that. Like, why though? I'm not really sure why I got into that, but I mean I do know, but like I was seeing the videos that like Amaranth, she started streaming, she did like a deal with Kick, and she left Twitch basically. And like I went to her profile to try and do it, and then I saw that she has a page that redirects to her other social media. And then I look up that page, and she has there a public OnlyFans and a private OnlyFans. And then like on one of those, she has that on like one of the descriptions. And I think that was very funny. Cause like honestly, they together, that would be like wild. I mean, they stream 24/7, so the time that they wouldn't be streaming, they would be just sleeping by each other's side. I mean, that wouldn't happen. I would like, however, to see that cosplayer, a girl, very cute and very pro player, that has done some videos with Asmongold. That she's very cute, bro. She's so beautiful. I would like to see her with Asmongold though. Not only as friends. I don't think it would work, but I mean, it would be funny. Love stream between those two, yeah. I think people find that girl for the cosplays and stay for the gameplays and her pro player moves. I think there was like a YouTube shorts that got viral of her like passing at first. I think it was her, yes. Passing at first on the Super Mario 64 star case where you needed like to do a shit code or whatever of a lot of spamming to try and pass that. I have played Super Mario 64, but nothing as professional or anything like them. I mean, I was like 10 years old, so... But it was a very fun game when I didn't have to fight monsters, lol. That's basically the concept of the game, but I mean, it would be stressful. Pro gamer? No, not Amaranth. Not Amaranth, another one. I don't think Amaranth is. Although I do know that she sometimes plays games. But not Amaranth. Another cosplayer that's not that much sexualized as Amaranth. That I would like to see with Asmongold as well. And she has done some videos with him. And she also has a very bad diet. Like Asmongold. Pokimane? No. Well, let me search it for you. Just like I got your curiosity up. Let me just search it. Emiru. Emiru. She's also a cosplayer and a streamer, and she does gameplays and all that. And she's very beautiful. Fuck. And she's really cute as well. And she has a voice that you probably wouldn't put it to her face, but I do enjoy her voice very much. There's no shot she would see this ever, so I mean it's okay if I talk about it. But she's just so gorgeous. It's crazy. You know her? Yeah. I don't have that much line to go exploring, so I'll continue this side. Hello, Emru. Welcome to the chat. What? She's here? Oh no, that's crazy. Of course. Lol. No way. Fuck. I messed up. Imagine if she would actually be. I mean, what would I do? I would do nothing. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I would be able to do to impress her, so I mean... There's nothing I could do. I'm just cross-stitching KAEYA. I mean, anyone could do that, so... But she's very cute nonetheless. I find it funny that like the famous streamers, they all know each other, and like they have the phone numbers of each other and they contact each other. I find that very like wild. But honestly, I fear for Twitch. I haven't been a Twitch user like a lot, or any for real. Like, but I do know there are a lot of people that have trusted Twitch more than YouTube for the streaming part and for the creating community part as well. And I do understand why YouTube isn't that great for live streams. You know, like that's not actually the things they try and populate the most. I mean, it would be great if YouTube had a section, a live stream section. They do have, but it's not really great. Like a section just like shorts, but like for live streams. That would actually be incentivized by YouTube to exist. Would be very crazy and very good. But that would be too much for YouTube, of course. So like YouTube isn't the best place to do live streams, but I still like more the platform. But like I have been streaming on Twitch once in a while. Oh fuck, wait. Oh yeah, I got this wrong the last time. Oh yeah, sure. So I'm going to skip that one. Yeah, I can just improvise like that. Sure. But like, I do fear for the future of it because of all the splits, like controversies that's happening, and all like the YouTube, the the kick rise, the how much they're paying their streamers, and like the 95-5 split that they're doing with the streamers, that it's really tempting. So I mean, I can see why there are a lot of streamers that going to kick, and I wonder if Twitch is going to actually die. I mean, that sounds really difficult to happen, right? But maybe it's not. I mean, is it so impossible to think that a platform could have their ends? I haven't seen many die, but that doesn't mean that they can't die at all. PewDiePie used to visit random streams with 1 or 2 views. She could appear out of nowhere. Yeah, but PewDiePie is a sweetheart. A sweetheart that's going to be a father. I'm so excited for him, honestly. He's so cute. This is the part that I have to improvise a lot because I messed up a lot as well. Haha. Oh no, fuck! Okay. Woo! I mean, but I do like kind of the freedom of being able to just press stream and stream on Twitch. And random people may appear without you doing anything. Safe. I feel like it's more comfortable in that way, and that you have a little bit more privacy. Although, like, it's really a placebo to think that you can have privacy on the internet. But, like, I do feel that the option of not saving streams, or just being able to press stream and don't have to worry about a thumbnail, a title, or anything. People will just appear because they just will. I feel like that's kind of... that has some liberty on it. Because I do feel like if you program a stream on YouTube, well, if you say it is about Genshin, like you have to say it is about Genshin so people know it is about Genshin and come for the Genshin. But like, what if you want in the middle of the stream to play something else? What if your people suggest you to play something else? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to change the whole thumbnail, the whole title, the like, how are you going to warn people? How are you going to make them see that you're doing that now? I have no clue. And like, at least there, you just can put some random shit, random name, and just start streaming and do whatever you want. Like, people will come, people will go, and it's fine. I mean, doesn't mean that that can happen on YouTube, honestly, but I feel like it's kind of different because Twitch was made for streams. It's like, it's kind of safer in a way. Because, like, YouTube really isn't. So in YouTube, if you don't really have a purpose, or you change purpose in the middle, or if you just want to do random things, it's not really going to work. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do think it feels easier. It's hard to track someone who's not subscribed or not pushed by the algorithm. Well, yeah. And that's the thing, it's hard to attract, you know? It's not that they don't even see your video there or something, but before seeing, like, when you go on Twitch, you just see a random frame of a random stream. You can't even put thumbnails on it. But like on YouTube, there are a lot of things that you have to worry to like get attention of people. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, if you're interested, if you're the person that wants to see things, well, of course you're going to evaluate by what you see first. You're going to judge by the cover. Then you enter, you see a little bit. If you want, you stay. If you don't, you leave. But like on Twitch, you just have random frames of random shit that's going on at the moment. And I mean, if you, I don't know, you can just, I feel like it's different. Not better or worse. I mean, well, the interface it's much worse, but like the way that they have things structured, I do think it's better. Which is a huge problem. I think if YouTube has actually invested in live streams more than they have until now, more people would do it, and I think it would be very good. Although maybe it would be very expensive for them. So they probably don't want to do it. It's all massive. You know how much I dislike the system for viewers. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't like it either. But at the same time, if you only want to see a stream and you know exactly the person that you want to see, it's not that bad. Cause like, you know exactly which is the person, you know exactly where to find it. You just open their page and you just see, okay, they're live. If they're not, just leave, because the interface, if they're not live, is bullshit. But if they're live, you just like press full screen and stay there, or just like be with your chat open at the side and participate on it, and it's like a normal stream. I do feel kind of sad though that the last time that I went through the streams and tried to find like female people doing stream, most of the girls were were like women with not so much clothes doing streams in very very weird positions, having a lots of comments about their body and all that, and they would just like literally literally ask for money for people, like, you have to give me money. If you don't give me money for me to do this thing, I will do this or this to that to you. Like, maybe that's actually a kink of their followers. I mean, I don't know. Kinda sus, but okay. But I mean, it feels kinda weird if you're asking that way. Oh, I actually fucked up again. Great. How much did I fuck up? A lot. Okay. Another day of normal life. Top woman streams are Kokomi Boba at Twitch. Yeah. I mean, if you're there to see that, I mean, you're in a wonderful place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, we have been in the hair the last all the time. Honestly, it makes me very weird to think that most of the female streams are like that, because it just feels like a legal Pornhub. Honestly. I mean, you do you, of course. And like, if it works, I mean, it works. If people give money for that, they just do. And it's totally fine if that's the way that you do it. But I mean, seeing so many people doing that, you would see like tons of guys doing all sorts of things. And then you would see girls mostly just doing that. And I feel like it's very bad because we're more than that. But I mean, that's just what works. And what sells, maybe. Maybe I should be the smart one and doing the same thing, lol. But I do love my boyfriend very much, and I do love my dignity very much as well. I didn't want to beg or say things like that to get things. What do you mean, huh? I think working hard works? Fuck. What do you mean? The hair's better. Although it feels crazy that we passed the last 2 hours doing this of the hair. But it certainly is better. Oh man. Damn. No, you're too close. Hey. Feels weird. You have two perspectives of me. Who needs dignity? Bro, yeah. If what you're getting is good money, I mean, who needs dignity, right? I don't know. Honestly, I want to play House Flipper so bad. And that's like something. If I was on Twitch, I could just like start playing House Flipper and like it's totally fine. But here I feel like I can't probably do that. Like, if you want to have things organized, you have to stop a stream, schedule another one, start the stream, like have everything planned, just start it and then play it. Too much work, man. I really enjoyed working and streaming the progress of working on Twitch. People would appear and they would always be very nice. But I do enjoy YouTube's interface more, and I do think that now with all the problems that it's having, is not really safe. So I'm not really sure what to do. Anyways, we're going to leave our cross stitch here. We're probably going to continue the hair or continue other components on him, but we're getting better and better. Wait a second, you're exploding. Better. Now I have... This is a print I can take for the next thumbnail. Let me do weird positions of it for me to be able to structure it. Hey. Bright. Bright. Really bright. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm sorry if you're on your phone. If you're in your phone right now and it's very dark. Because now your eyes just burned. KAEYA coming out very good. Yes. I like the Oni Kabuto. You do? He looks very cute. He looks very cute. That's for sure. Man. Oh well. Thanks for being here. We'll stream Genshin Impact tomorrow. It's going to be fun. I'm currently editing a video for Patreon. Because I was recording daily commissions and some things happened during those daily commissions. So I think, yeah, it's like I'm not editing the video, but I'm cutting some parts out for it not to be 30 minutes long with only 5 minutes of actually good content. But anyways, I'm doing that. Lots of streams to look forward to. Yeah. Well, next week on 4th of July, I'm going to travel to Germany. So I'm going to travel there for a week. So it's going to be kind of hard. But I will try to prepare some videos so you guys don't be without anything during those days. But I will try to do like what I'm doing now this week. Like yesterday I couldn't because my boyfriend came from Maryland. Oh, look. He got me this. Like, it has tons of these things right here. I feel like a blogger right now. Has tons of this little pens like this. And this is like an example of a kind of replica, nowadays replica, from like what they used to use to write. Yes. On Dublin University. And it looks very cute and very fun. So you're holding with it wearing. Yeah! I will take my camera with me, however, and try to record some scenery. And maybe like do a video about it. I think it will be fun. Hehe. And I don't know. It's going to be fun, I think. But yeah, I will continue editing this video. I will post it on Patreon even today, if I can. And I'm going to start with the house flipper 100% achievement, video recording and editing, going to Patreon, and later going to here on YouTube. I do hope it's worth it, or somewhat funny. Although I do think it's kind of hard, because like you're just cleaning houses. I mean, I literally enjoy it, but I think it's more like a satisfactory videos for people than like really funny videos. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm scared. Summer vacation blog. Welcome back, my fellow followers. We're here today and we're having some fun. It's being very wild, and I'm going to tell you what we've been doing. I have tons of news, our daily routines. Just kidding. Just kidding. We are the Abbies. You are the Abbies. You are Abby. I am Abby. You are Abby. We are the Abbies. The Abbies are we. Abbies we are. Abbies is me. Poetry on its finest. As everything should be. 'Cause Abby is us. Abby is me. Abbies. We're Abbies. Hey! Okay, so, anyways. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you here. Kind of feels like, no. You have that other camera. That's unfair. You're very far away. No, shut up. You can't see me that way. That makes it kind of like cheating. Seeing other perspectives of myself? What do you mean, stalker? What? You have to see my face from here. Yeah, thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure. Get away from me. Thanks. And I'll see you tomorrow. 3 p.m. we're going to stream Genshin Impact, and we're probably going to see a little bit of the stream. The 3.8 stream. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Bye.